Live from BKFC 76 in Fort Worth, Texas. I'm here with former UFC champ, Tim, the Maniac Sylvia. How you feeling tonight, Tim?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. Nice to meet you, brother. Tim, you rose from construction and no-G tournaments to becoming a two-time UFC heavyweight champion, eventually stepping into slap fighting in your late 40s. What drove you to keep pushing into new combat sports, and why bare knuckle now?
I just love the fight. I love the competition. I love the crowd. I mean, that's something you cannot replace, is the crowd. Slap fighting's worked well for me. I'm heavy-handed. I'm a big guy. I have a reach. We're in talks with BKFC. We'll see what happens. I'm a belt collector, so I like to collect belts, if you know what I'm saying.
Hell yeah. You faced legends like Couture, Mir, Fedor, Orlovsky, and Mercer. Each fight a war. How do you prepare mentally for these type of battles, and how's that translated into your current training and fight mindset?
After just doing well, it becomes repetitive, I just love to compete, love to fight. I always try to work out of my opponent, We're here tonight, we're supporting some of the guys. We're actually, GetSlap.com. We're sponsoring some of the fighters. It's a new clothing line that me and my partner Sean started, and we're just here to support the fighters. And we talked to Feldman yesterday, and a little bit of talks today. We'll be at Sturgis, and we'll see what happens.
Sounds good. At 6'8" with a massive 80-inch reach, you've used your size in MMA and slap fighting with success. And bare knuckle or any stand-up format, how do you plan to leverage that physical advantage?
I honestly think this sport was made for me. Nobody can wrestle. Nobody can take me down. Nobody can submit me. I only been knocked out once out of 40-some fights. I think the odds are really in my favor. I love Ben Rothwell. He's the best right now. He's my boy. We train together. I do have a win over him. I did knock him out. And when we do stand-up, I do a little better than him. It's been a while, but we'll see what happens, man.
You've reinvented yourself through multiple combat sports and even worked as a police officer and a wrestler. What's one core lesson you've carried through each version of Tim Sylvia?
I mean, honestly, wrestling is the best foundation in the world. It proves determination, hard will, sweat. You bust your ass. If you do it shitty, you ain't going to do well. Wrestlers are the toughest people in the world. That's why I got my kid into wrestling. Everybody always asks me anything about sports, combat sports, MMA, anything. I'm like, do wrestling. Start wrestling as soon as you can. If you can wrestle, you can do anything.
Can you talk to us a little bit about your brand, Slept Athletics?
My buddy started quite a few years ago, really. And then when I started doing slap fighting, I'm like, hey, man, I have a good platform again. Let's get it rolling. Bradley Gilbert is wearing our stuff. He's my boy. I got a lot of celebrities wearing my stuff. But I talked to Feldman yesterday about doing something. I think we're going to start doing something with BKFC, do a license agreement or something. But it's for the fighters. Everything we do, I want to make sure the fighters are taken care of now and in the future. So we're doing profit sharing. If the guys can push their stuff and push their shirts, then these guys are going to make money. You're going to make as much money as hard as you work. The harder you work, the more money you're going to make.
Exactly.
That's what we want to do for them.
You've built, broken, retired, and rebuilt across decades. To a man who feels like he's down for the count, lost, stuck, or unsure, what's the first move to tell him to make him get back in the fight?
Everyone always asks the philosophy about Khabib. They say, is he the best? No, he's not the best. I feel, in my opinion, you have to lose. You have to lose. You have to be hit rock bottom. You have to be at the lowest point in your life. And if you come back and you can win and you can become a champion again, that's winners. So we all hit rock bottom, and anything we do, we get broke, we lose fights, we lose children, we lose lives, whatever. It's just, you have to get back up. You're only win when you get back up. If you get knocked down, you don't get back up, you lost.
Amen.
Thank you very much.
Live from BKFC 76. Screaming!